Yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, I am my number one fan. I'm trying to get you from here to there.
Where?
I'm trying to show niggas it ain't fair.
Why?
How I just came up, but you not there.
Yeah.
Stuck in the same situation you been in. They got the plug, you got the sound. You not just a groupie that's hanging around.
No.
They got the stage, but you bring the lights. It's enough room at the top, we ain't gotta fight.
I am my number one fan.
I am that legend you stand for.
Yo, what's going on, people?
What's up, y'all?
It's Arnold.
It's Reese.
And we back, y'all. We back.
So, we want y'all to know that y'all ain't got to fight for the top.
No, you don't.
Because we already got the top.
Exactly.
Y'all just got to fight for second, third, or whatever.
Yeah, that's a shout out to Wrestling with Race. Yeah, because I believe y'all at, 5, 6?
1,000.
Yeah, right?
Like, y'all not close.
Way down there.
Y'all not even close.
Way down there.
But we love y'all, though.
Yes, we do.
Pete and Haas. You know, we know that y'all are very close. No, y'all like 1.1.
Right.
You know, as far as our fans go.
Yeah.
You know, we already had one number one fan, but y'all are so close. Like, y'all running neck and neck.
Yeah, y'all working on it. Keep up the good work, though.
You know, we love y'all, though. We love y'all. We support y'all. We listen to y'all show.
Yes, we do.
You know, and we know that y'all listen to us, too.
Yeah, we know.
You know, and for those of you who don't know who we're talking about, we had done an episode with Wrestling with Race on their show.
Yes.
It's called Wrestling with Race, and they're on Spotify.
Yes, they are.
And it's by Coach and Haas. And it's funny because as we speak to them, Coach is an African-American. He was born in down south, and he migrated up here with his family to North Philadelphia.
What can we say about Haas?
Haas is a Caucasian male who was raised in Chester County.
I believe so.
I think it's Chester County.
It's Chester County.
And he's, as he says, he's upper middle class.
Yeah, upper middle class. And he will never let you forget this. He is a libertarian.
Right.
Yes, a libertarian.
Whatever the heck that means, to be honest.
I thought it was a person that liked liver. Yeah. And they like to tear into it.
I really don't. I don't get all that right, left, west, east, libertarian, conservative, because I don't think anyone is all the way one way or the other.
Exactly.
You know, so I personally don't get into it, but whatever.
Right.
But libertarianism is a collection of political philosophies and movements that uphold liberty as a core principle. They seek to maximize political freedom and autonomy, emphasizing freedom of choice, voluntary association, and individual judgment. So libertarians argue that they are the right of self-ownership that entails the right to appropriate unequal parts of the external world, such as unequal amounts of land, whatever the heck that means to. So basically, I don't know what it means.
Well,
so
we know
again,
Hoss will never let you forget that's what he is.
So, yeah, pretty much.
But Hoss, we're not holding that against you.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I would like to say that for myself, I'm more of a researcher and try to find out what's really going on. But some of this stuff, man, it's way too much for me. Like, look, are you Democrat? Are you a Republican?
That's it.
Are you green? Are you whatever?
Do you like me? Do I like you?
Right.
Check the box here. You know, send it back to me.
You know, it's like, does it matter?
Exactly.
I mean, so we're saying all that to say that, you know, Wrestling with Race, I would love for y'all, our listeners, to listen to them. You know, more importantly, listen to our episode. It was a couple months back, but listen to the episode with the neighbors. I believe it says with the neighbors.
Exactly. It does say that, with the neighbors, and it's on Spotify.
Right. And
it was a great. It might be a little lengthy, but it was a good collab with them.
Right.
You know, we really enjoyed being there with them. So, you know, we're giving them a shout out.
And so with that, because of what their title is is something that, truth be told, us as neighbors, we wrestle with all the time. Because as we're trying to break some of those barriers,
mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it does start off with race.
Right, it does.
And then it goes into your economic class.
Right.
So in saying that, as y'all well know, tomorrow is the day to vote.
Yes.
And in voting, what are you looking for?
Right.
Who are you listening to?
Right.
What moves you? And I think sometimes our emotion moves us to a place that we really shouldn't be sometimes. When I say move, what moves you, I think there should be something that's a little more deeper than just emotion. Yeah. Because I cannot say 100% that, oh yeah, because I'm a Democrat on a piece of paper, that does not mean I have not voted for a Republican in the past.
Correct.
And I think sometimes we get so caught up in that whether you're conservative, whether you're liberal, whether you are whatever it might be, you're such a stickler for that. And
mm-hmm.
Sometimes I understand that you got to take a stand on what you believe, but there's also other factors.
Yeah.
What was your upbringing like?
Right.
Because everybody's upbringing was not totally conservative.
No, you're right. And they, like most people of color, most of them are Democrats because most of us are Democrats because our parents were Democrats, and our parents before that were Democrats. And then you have the argument about who freed the slaves, and the Republicans freed the slaves. And then you have the argument about, was the rich always the Republicans and the poor was always the Democrats? So, it's just, no matter what party you align yourself with, make sure that when you go out and vote, that you vote for the person that has your best interests at heart.
Right. That
has your community's interests at heart.
Right.
And has your, whether it be for councilman, whether it be for mayor, whether it be for judge, make sure that this stuff, everything that you vote, the reason you're voting for them is not because I'm voting for them because I'm a Republican, or I'm voting for them because I'm a Democrat.
Right.
I'm voting for the best candidate that has my best interests at heart. And a lot of us would just vote just to vote. We just push the button. We go in and because my grandmother was a Democrat or my grandfather was a Democrat, I'm just going to vote Democrat all the way down the line. And you don't know what this person is now, because Democrats do bad things and good things, and Republicans do bad things and good things.
Right.
So, you have to weigh your issues, weigh the issues very carefully,
mm-hmm.
and make sure that the person that you want to vote for is that the right person for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to actually sit down with this person and have a discussion with this person, and would this person make you feel like everything that you want to be in whatever it is that you're voting for supports that, and that's how you vote. And you don't have to be, like Reese said, excuse me, like Reese said, you don't have to be because you align yourself with a particular party. You vote for who you want to vote for. This is your constitutional right. And I'm always harping on the fact that there was a time when people of color couldn't vote. There was a time when women couldn't vote, So it was only people that could vote were white men.
Right.
They were the only ones that were allowed. They had all the say-so.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody figured out, wait a minute, there's more people in the world. We're going to get more votes this way if we allow this to happen or allow that to happen. So it's your constitutional right. People have paved the way for you to vote. And then you hear a lot of young people say, well, my vote doesn't count. But your vote does count. And this is, I'm going to tell you why your vote counts.
So that's where the discrepancy comes in,
mm-hmm.
I believe. Because if we all voted, and how many elections has it been recently?
Right.
The popular vote did not end up being the president.
Right. Well, that's because of the electoral college, but
which has nothing to do with you as an individual. Truth be told.
Well, that's wrong. Because the electoral college, if say like with Pennsylvania, say like they have 25 electoral votes, right? It's the amount of people that vote in that particular party that party gets those electoral votes. So if it's more Republicans voted in the state of Pennsylvania, they get the electoral votes. If more Democrats vote, then they get the electoral votes. And that's how they it was supposed to be that way so it doesn't run all crazy with the popular vote and whatnot. But the popular vote usually the person with the popular vote is usually the one that usually wins. Because a lot of people do like them, usually.
Nope, that's wrong. So because here's the thing with the Electoral College, that's the one that they're really basing everything off of.
Right.
Right? So, i.e., Hillary Clinton is the president.
She's not the president because of the votes.
She's the president because of the popular vote.
No.
She got the popular vote.
Because of the Electoral College.
Right.
The Republicans in Pennsylvania outvoted. There was more of them voting for Donald Trump than it was more than people voting for Hillary. She may have got the popular vote.
So that's what I mean
by the
by
electoral. It's the amount of people that vote for that particular party.
But I wonder if people understand what the Electoral College is. Who is it comprised of?
And this is
it's comprised of our senators and House of Reps.
Right.
Which has nothing to do with us.
And we the ones that put those in office.
And because of that, so let's look at it like this. As of right now, City of Philadelphia is Democrat, right?
Right.
All right, that's the mindset.
Right.
Right. But all the counties around it are what?
Republican. Well,
right.
Not all of them. You have 67 counties in the state of Pennsylvania. Right?
I'm talking about around Philly.
Oh, around Philly, they're Republican. Everybody's Republican.
And so one of the counties that went the Republican route, Bucks County.
Right.
Right. That's the one county that turned the whole vote for Pennsylvania. That was the last county they was waiting on because that's always been the one that's changed the vote.
Yeah, but that is true. But you must remember in this last election, there was a lot of Democrats that, out of spite, voted for Trump. In the state of Pennsylvania.
Again.
So if they was to vote Democrat, Hillary would have won the Electoral College because of the amount of Democrats that voted. A lot of them that did not want to vote for Hillary voted for Trump out of spite. Yeah. So they was upset at the fact that Bernie lost. And they didn't like Hillary.
But you're talking about the individual. I'm sorry. You're talking about those that were not political offices.
Yeah, but let's just look this up real quick so we both can be on the same page.
Yeah, because the Electoral College is your state's entitled allotment of electors equals the number of members in the congressional delegation, one for each member in the House of Representatives, plus 2 for your senators.
All right. So how does the Electoral College? I mean, how do you get the votes from that?
The votes, they're selected by. Wait a minute, hold on for a second. Let's look this all the way up. The Electoral College.
Give us a second, y'all. This is the first time. This is the first time that me and Reese ever had this type of not a disagreement, but this is a discussion.
But see, but this is. But see that we have to make sure that y'all are just like we're
right
100% not clear. We need to make sure y'all are clear too, because this is where a lot of our issues come from.
Exactly.
And it says, who elects the electors? Choosing each state's electors is a 2-part process. First, the political parties in each state chooses slates of potential electors sometime before the general election. Mm-hmm. Second, on election day, the voters in each state select their state's electors by casting their ballots for president.
Mm-hmm.
The first part of the process is controlled by the political parties in each state and varies from state to state. So really, it differs. Political parties often choose electors for their state to recognize their service and dedication to that political party. So in that, when you think about, again, where things are, it's not coming from us as individuals. It's really still coming from that upper level. It's not us because that's not something we don't. When you go to the ballot box, are we selecting who's in the electoral college?
Well, it just, if you go back and read that first paragraph that you read,
right,
where it said that each state's voters pick.
Right.
And read that again, please.
When I said the first, the political parties in each state chooses slates of potential electors,
right,
sometime before the general election. Second, on election day, the voters in each state select their state's electors by casting their ballots for president.
Right. So that means that those votes are counted toward the person that they vote for. Now, even though that each state has already selected the electors through their senates or their Congress in each state, the vote is still, it's the amount of voters that come in that gives them either the Democrat or the Republican who gets that electoral college. I mean, those points.
So we need to understand exactly who are the electors.
Exactly.
Because
and I'm glad I'm glad this went through right here,
right,
because this is what happens. And then people get discouraged, and then they say, you know what, I'm not voting because I don't understand. And this is why this stuff is written the way it's written, for us to not understand.
Right. So it says on here, political parties often choose electors for the slate to recognize their service and dedication to that political party.
Right.
They may be state elected officials, state party leaders, or people in the state who have a personal or political affiliation with their party's presidential candidate. So, again, but all the way in the very beginning, so I want y'all to understand, I'm reading from archives.gov.
Right.
That's talking about this. But it does state that, I stand corrected, where it says that there's no senator or representative or person holding an office of trust or profit under the United States shall be appointed an elector.
Right.
So, but in that, going back to who are your electoral college, are those that are elected officials, but then it says they may be state elected officials, which is kind of, I'm not 100% sure what that means. State party leaders or people in the state who have a personal political affiliation with their party's presidential candidate. Mm-hmm. So that means that if certain areas are larger than others, where their state, again, we're so if I go based off of where we're located, meaning the city of Philadelphia and its surrounding counties, the surrounding counties by us are Republican. Yes, Philadelphia is Democrat majority,
right?
But Bucks, Montgomery, Delaware, and Chester are Republican.
You have out of the 67 counties in the state of Pennsylvania, I believe that 63 or 62 of them are Republican counties.
Yeah, I think it's only the cities,
Pittsburgh
and Harrisburg.
Erie, Harrisburg, and Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Or Democratic cities.
What's interesting is the urban side.
Exactly. And in Philadelphia carries, you win Philadelphia, you win the presidency. You win Philadelphia, you win Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken, Pennsylvania, California, Florida, they are the highest electoral numbers you get in each one of those respective states.
Yeah, but if you take a look at history, though, most Republicans for Pennsylvania, they waited for Bucks County.
Yeah,
they wait.
Bucks is the richest county in Pennsylvania.
Because once Bucks counties select their votes, they're pretty much in.
Correct.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
So unless you get an Obama who comes in and wins you over across the board,
and that's what happened in 08.
Same thing with JFK.
Correct.
They win you over with who they are, what they stand for, things like that.
And just like with Reagan.
Now, also keep in mind too, as you just stated, these states have had the most votes. Those persons went and visited those places the most.
Correct.
Unfortunately, some people like Hillary she just knew she had it in the bag.
Yeah, and let's say what it is. She took the black vote for granted.
Right, she did.
She took the vote, the people of color's vote for granted. She took the Hispanic vote for granted. She automatically assumed, which we should never do, that she had this in the bag because black people were going to come out and turn out and vote for me. You know, you have to, I don't care who you are, what your husband did or what your wife did or what your cousin did. When you are in seek of an elected seat and you're trying to get that position, you have to come out and talk to your constituents. You have to come out and talk to people. You can't just assume because I'm a Democrat that I'm going to vote for you as a Democrat. Like, I vote in as many elections as I can. And a lot of people don't know that there's always an election going on somewhere. You know, somebody's always running for something somewhere. We just focus on the major elections, governors, mayors, and presidents. We don't think about the little stuff that's going on. You know, but it's an imperative that we get out there and vote. We have to get out there and vote.
And that goes for everybody.
Exactly.
That goes.
Exactly.
I don't care what. Again,
who you are. Republicans, Libertarians, right. Democrats, Independents. It don't matter. Go out there and vote.
Right.
Vote.
Right. And we just want to make sure that y'all understand that we at the Neighbors Podcast, as you saw or as you're hearing, we're doing the research as we're talking to you.
Exactly.
We're making sure that we're giving you what's written out there so you can go see it for yourself.
That's right. And like we said earlier, do not get discouraged because or get upset at the person that is and I hate to say challenging you, but and when you challenge somebody about something, you have to present the facts. So look it up. And if I was wrong, I was going to tell Reese, I'm wrong. You know, thanks for looking it up. We needed to look it up because you guys are listening to us. So we need for you guys to understand that we're giving you the facts. We everything that we have given you has not been wrong. We pride on that. You know, everything we give you is straight facts, and that's how we come out. Straight facts.
And we need y'all to understand that y'all need to do the same thing for yourselves.
Exactly.
Most definitely. And if it's each one teach one type mentality.
Yes.
You know, and that's all we're doing.
Yes.
One thing, as Arnold said, there's always a some type of election. Always. City council, like somebody gets booted out. You know, how does someone slide in? You be like, next thing you know, like, yo, wait a minute, how they get in that spot?
How they get there? And when did they vote?
Right.
You know, you missed that.
Like, yo, how do you get to be president of the trash truck?
Yeah,
crew?
Right.
Where did that come from? You know, but we want to make sure that y'all understand how important it is to vote, but also, even more importantly, to be educated on what's going on.
Right. Right.
You know, that's why I'm pointing out that, hey, we had to do our own due diligence right now on this show.
That's right.
And it's very important that y'all see that. You know, we're not always prepared necessarily,
nope.
You know, but it's good to show you that, hey, even as Arnold just said, even in a brief moment of, hey, wait a minute, we're not totally clear. Let's make this thing happen.
Exactly.
You know, because now as we're going to the voting line, I'm just going to get a loose leaf piece of paper like, yo, y'all know what the Electoral College is? Like,
right?
Like, I'm going to put it on some 3x5 cards.
Exactly.
And pass it out. You know, like, yo, do y'all understand? And basically, I don't want y'all voting this way with my electoral vote.
Right.
You get what I mean? Like, I need to figure out who that is or what that is. You know, so Arnold been telling me I need to go get on city council or something. So
look, I really believe that he would be great. You know, I would listen. I would be his manager. I would help him campaign. I would pass out flyers, knock on doors, you know, eat a couple meals from people. You know, I would do my part. You know, but I really believe he would make a very good contribution to our neighborhood and to our community out here.
Yeah,
so you know, we'll see, and then next we'll see what these people that we got coming up next. We got a few people that we talk to personally,
right?
And we like what they say, and we will probably end up voting for them. You know, and we talked to both Republicans and Democrats,
right?
Because our main goal is not just because you're a Democrat or Republican. You're a human being first.
Right. So as he said, we would probably vote for them, but I don't know if he mentioned whether or not he's voting Democrat or Republican.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, you know, it doesn't even matter.
Right. No, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is a personal thing. It's almost like your walk with Christ.
Right.
It's a personal journey.
Right. Yeah.
You get what I mean? You know, but just make sure that each and every one of you vote.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Get up and go vote. If I'm going early in the morning because I have to be to work. So I'm gonna be the first person there at 7:00 in the morning.
Now, also keep in mind that not only are they voting for like dumb stuff, like you said, like president of the trash company or whatever else, but when they ask you questions, hey, that's the part that I think people don't understand too. That's how they find out real quick how you feel.
Right, and I think something like that happened in California. They put a bill. It was a bill that they wanted, instead of it going through their the state legislation, they put it through a vote through the people in California.
Right.
And a lot of people just took it for granted what they were saying about it, and they end up having this bill passed.
Right.
And he was like, oh, how did this bill get passed? It got passed because you voted for it.
Dummies.
You didn't read. You didn't take the time out and educate yourself on what was going on.
Right. Because that's the mentality. Hey, y'all are so dumb. And people, because people might be like, Maurice, why are you calling us a dummy? No, I'm not calling you a dummy. You have to understand what people in leadership, a lot of times how they view you.
Yeah, they're betting on that fact that you won't do your homework.
Right.
They're betting on the fact that you won't take the time to investigate who this person is or what this bill is. So they're betting on that.
Right.
That's why it's important for you as a constituent, as a person, as an American, to vote the way that you accordingly and vote for the person that has the best interest in your heart.
Right.
Or the best interest for your heart.
Right. So, y'all, we will need y'all to get out there.
Get out there and vote, y'all.
I don't care if you work in the polls, that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
And now that's come on.
We understand. So we're going to let you slide on that one. Can we take a vote on that right now?
But whether or not you're working at the polling places.
Exactly. Let's just say the polling booths and the polling places. Yes.
Volunteering your time. And whether or not you worked on the committees of trying to get people elected, we congratulate you, for your wins or your loss, because all of it is a learning experience.
That's what it is.
And we appreciate your service one way or the other. Again, we could agree to disagree if we're on that page. Just realize that, hey, you can't win everything.
Right.
But of course it's that time.
It is, y'all.
For y'all to get outside.
Get out there and vote, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Remember, your vote counts, whether you think it doesn't count or not. It does. Oh, because what I wanted to say earlier was, this is how I know your vote counts. If your vote didn't count, why would people fight so hard to stop you from voting?
Well, keep in mind, Electoral College wasn't always there, though.
No, they had the popular vote. That's why the Electoral College came in.
Yeah.
They always went on the popular vote. And a lot of people, because they were not shysters, but they just had a silver tongue.
Right.
And they tried to make it fair with the Electoral College. So sometimes things backfire on you.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
So, like we said, y'all, get out there and vote. We got to pay these bills, and we got to get some rest because we got to get up early in the morning.
Right. All right, y'all.
Love y'all.
Peace.
You are the agent and we look for change. You conquered the pressure and you did not fall, but you are a diamond and what's more than gold.